Going on, H-Town, Serbia, Turkey, Rockets fans all over the world, basketball fans across the pond and here. Thanks so much for watching Rockets Daily, brought to you by Fan Arch. My name is David Delano. Goal here is simple. Try to deliver the best Rockets coverage that we can to you each and every day. Shirt's a little loud. Let me know if you love it or hate it. It's Rockets colors. One of those things I'm like, probably need to give this away. But hey, Rockets colors, go ahead and throw it on. Go ahead and subscribe. Leave a comment. Been reading each and every comment. Been loving the show, topic, ideas. Some that I had in mind, some that I didn't have in mind. But most importantly, I want this to be for you, the people, you, the Rockets fans, you, the NBA fans, Rockets haters. It doesn't matter. Let me know. Well, I don't really, no hate. It's a positive place over here. It's a positive place. But if you're watching just because you're a follower of the league, however you consume it, if you're here, thank you for being here and subscribe, and I'll chime in again another time as well. A lot of things to go ahead and talk about. I know it's NFL Week 1 coming up, but a lot of meaningful basketball going on around the world, and we're definitely going to continue to talk about that. But one person I want to give some flowers to and talk about today, who was in the news, in the basketball news over the weekend. Will he make the list for the top 10 Rockets of all time at his position when we get into that? Probably not, but someone who definitely had a successful NBA career, left his mark, left his legacy, and from everyone I've met, I know he's a low-key guy, a little shy, but from everyone I've met who has come across him in person, heard that he's just a class act and a great guy, and that is Jeremy Lin, who announced his retirement on Instagram on Saturday. And we're seeing this now from a lot more players who didn't have the most memorable send-offs, memorable farewells. Everyone's not gonna, no one's gonna have a farewell like Kobe did. These farewell tours, but a lot of guys kind of went out the league, faded out. We're looking to get on with the team, played overseas, but Jeremy Lin has officially announced his retirement from basketball. I hope that doesn't mean that he's ruling off playing in the Big Three, because I would love to see Jeremy Lin in the Big Three. Ice Cube, make it happen. But a couple things with Lin, and I mean this with all honesty. Everyone, as we've been going through this Rockets history, which will continue to, people had different memorable moments. Some teams, depending on how old you were, what was going on in your life at that time, how the team was doing. Some teams might be a blur to you. Some years, you might have been more locked in than others. Let's just be honest. Some you might have access to the games, your work schedule, whatever. You may have, they'll take you back to places, maybe listening on the radio in the backyard, maybe attending the games with a family member, maybe just looking at the box scores, maybe that just getting that opportunity to go to a Rockets game for the first time. And this particular, the Jeremy Lin years, for me, 2013-2014 team was exciting for me. Maybe a team that doesn't get remembered the most, but that was the first time for me. That was the year that I actually personally attended the most Rockets games for me. That was just a year with life circumstances. Got one of those partial season 13 team packages and 13 game packages, and I thought I was doing something. So I got to watch a lot of those games and even went to a couple more that season. And Jeremy Lin, I think, was really exciting. Obviously, the New York Knicks days of Linsanity, that's really what's going to be remembered in a lot of ways. But Jeremy Lin's solid career. So he had the Linsanity, that was 25 starts, 35 games, 14.6 points per game. But the Rockets were really the first team that gave Jeremy Lin that chance to really start. And in that 2012-2013 season, Lin played 82 games. It was the only season of his career that he played all 82 games. He started 82 games, had a career high in minutes, 32.2 minutes per game, 13.4 points per game for Lin that year. Shot just under 34% from three-point range, 6.1 assists. Just over 78.5% from the free throw line. 2013-2014 season. Came off the bench more and only made 33 starts, 71 games played, 12.5 points per game for Lin that year, 4.1 assists, over 82% from the free throw line that season. And we'll give this team a little more of its spotlight when we get to their place in Rockets history. First year, Lin only with the Rockets 2 years, was a first round loss to Oklahoma City. Second round, that was a big shot by Dame Lillard. That was really a big heartbreaker, personally, in that game 6. But only 4 points per game that first in 4 games with the Rockets, the first time in the playoffs. But the next time, 6 games played, all off the bench, but averaged more than 11 points per game off the bench for Jeremy Lin. So definitely want to give Jeremy Lin some flowers. Was an exciting player. I think, the defensive, just, how it is with guys get older. Jeremy Lin, solid shooter, but the last few years didn't shoot threes at a high clip, not a great defender. He's somebody I thought could have played in the NBA a little bit longer, but more of an offensive player. And went out, though, a champion 2018-2019 with the Toronto Raptors that season. And Lin also spent some time with the Hawks that year. So he played 74 games in 2018-2019. Averaged 9.6 points per game, but shot just over 29% from three-point range. And that was his last time in the league. But went over, played in China. And I'm not sure if he played some other places, but did really well overseas. Before the career, Lin, 11.6 points per game in his career, 480 career games, 221 career starts, and shot over 34% from 3. So shout out to Jeremy Lin, who has officially retired from basketball. But I'm hoping he hasn't ruled off the big 3. As mentioned yesterday, we talked a little bit about were the Rockets lucky in 1995. I didn't say it. It's an article over Yahoo talking about Clyde Drexler mentioned. This headline for this article basically said, Clyde Drexler admitted his Rockets were lucky to win 1995 NBA title. We were a good team, but everything went right. Not going to read the whole article, but it does have a quote from Clyde. We got lucky, to be honest. We were a good team, but everything went right. We made free throws when we were down. Other teams missed them. We made long three-point shots when we were behind. Other teams were missing layups. So were the Rockets lucky in 95? A little bit, but here's what I will say. I will say that I think every team, just about every team in NBA history, has been lucky a little bit. And you could even say, look at this last season with the Thunder. Best team from wall to wall. A lot of injuries around the NBA. Halliburton got hurt. Oklahoma City was the better team, but Pacers had a shot in Game 7. And, people talk about the bubble ring, and they'll talk about all the different injuries. KD, Klay Thompson, when Toronto won. Draymond Green being suspended when Cleveland won. It's almost every team in NBA history. And that's why when we talk about even this season coming up, this 2025-2026 season for the Rockets, you start talking about the win total, winning 60 games and all that, and is it a locked deal? Injuries, there's going to be injuries that are going to affect things. Maybe not for the Rockets, but maybe for other teams. Some teams are going to benefit. Some teams, things are going to hurt them. There's such a slim margin. A little bit of luck is needed. Rockets earned that 95 championship. Was there a little luck involved? There's always a little bit of luck involved, but never underestimate the heart of the champion. I really think that's one of the greatest championship runs when you just see how everything unfolded there, especially even against the Orlando Magic. But that's just the way basketball goes, man. It's the way life goes, things outside of basketball. But you got to put yourself in the position to get lucky. And the Rockets definitely did that with the hard work. So I understand what he's saying, and that just applies a little bit to everything. All right. As we're talking about a lot of these different things, there's meaningful basketball going on. Seems like we've been talking about Sengun every single day, and that's because he's playing. He's playing at a high level right now for Team Turkey, who they're going to advance to the field of 16. But how high will they be? They have a chance to win Group A. They got a big matchup against Serbia, which is going to be going on Wednesday at 1:15 p.m. Big reason there. Matchup between Serbia and Turkey going up against Jokic, which this really could just be the beginning of a lot of things to come throughout the season. Maybe going against Jokic for the NBA title as well. Both of them leading their team so far. Jokic over 24 points per game so far in the Eurobasket tournament. And Sengun with 20 points per game, 8.8 rebounds. A lot of top-level players in this. Like I said, Luka's playing. Giannis is playing. But this matchup is going to be between really a big moment. And it's really going to be a big moment to watch as a Rockets fan, as Jokic has been doing what he does against Latvia. He went 15 for 26 from the field, 39 points. Against Portugal, 8 for 10 from the field with 23 points. So he's definitely coming in high form. But Sengun has been one of the more impressive players as well. And Team Turkey, to check the lines when they come out at the time of recording this, don't have the lines, but Turkey should be the underdog in this game, so this will be really interesting to see if they can win this game and even win this tournament. And even beyond the stats we've talked about on here, as far as playing all of these minutes at this point in the season, a nice thing for Sengun. Turkey's had quite a few blowouts. They've had 3 games that they've won. 3 out of their 4 games that they've won have been by 20 points or more. Which is nice. Over the weekend, he had a 20-point game with all 20 points coming in the first half. A dominant 95-54 win against Portugal. So this is definitely, clearly going to be the biggest test so far. Sengun scored 12 of Turkey's first 14 points against Portugal over the weekend. We'll see how it goes against the Joker. So definitely looking forward to that, and we will be wrapping up that matchup probably on Thursday because it goes a little bit midday Wednesday. So by Thursday we'll probably have the recap of that game. All right, so 2002-2003 season for the Houston Rockets, and first obvious thing here, biggest thing about this season historically for the Rockets was this was Yao Ming's first season of playing with the Rockets, and Yao Ming played all 82 games that year. First 2 years of his career, Yao played all 82 games, and third year he played in 80 games. So that was one big thing here for Yao on the season for the Rockets. 13.5 points per game, 8.2 rebounds, 1.8 blocks, and 1.7 assists for Yao this season. Overall, though, the Rockets had a winning record, made a big, substantial climb from the season before of only winning 28 games. The Rockets this season won 43 and 39 under Rudy T. But it's still, unfortunately, it was not enough to make the playoffs in a difficult Western Conference that season. Rockets finished a game out of the final playoff spot despite winning the last 3 games of the season. Just wasn't enough. Steve Francis played 81 games that year, averaged 21 points per game. Mobley, 73 games played, all 73 were starts, 17.5 points per game. So a bit of a tough almost as far as when it came to the playoffs, but not quite. But it was the first year of the Yao Ming era. Rockets, I mean, were just 30-30 after 60 games in the season, and did try to finish off 13-9, but it was not enough to get into the playoffs. So that is today's episode of Rockets Daily. Thanks so much for watching. We're going to stay locked in. Let me know what your favorite part of the show was. Any memories of Jeremy Lin, any memories of the 95 season that you want to go ahead and tap in with, memories of Yao Ming. And if you've been following this Eurobasket, thanks so much for watching. God bless and be safe out there.